What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys all are doing well. I'm doing well. So yeah guys, shout out to Roxanne's community. So yeah guys, just first of all, thank you so much for 1823 subscribers if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to every one of you that's been subscribing, liking, sharing and commenting. You know, doing the most, man. We appreciate all of you guys. The community is actually growing, and we actually love seeing it keep on growing, you know. Thank you so much for all the interactions mainly. So yeah guys, okay, so on today's video, it's basically another how to do video basically. So we're once again back for my sister's golf, as you can see there. So we are actually gonna be changing the complete steering rack. So that's basically what the whole steering rack, the tie rod end as well, tie rod end rack end. So yeah, we're gonna be replacing that. So I'm gonna be showing y'all exactly how to do it while our way, and we will be doing bearings, front bearings and hub replacements, because the bearings are shot and the hub also got damaged while the bearings got shot. So we have to replace the hub as well. So we're gonna also be taking it to one of the guys to get bearings pressed on the hubs. So I'll also be showing you all exactly, maybe a rundown on pricing as well, what is the cost and estimate and everything. But yeah guys, hope you guys will enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to share this video. And okay, so yeah guys, so we'll be starting the process. So you all are wondering, why you buying a whole steering rack? Yeah, reason being is why we bought the whole steering rack is that the steering rack got damaged in the process when the lower control arm snapped in half. So this was quite a while ago. So yeah, this, when we took the car for alignment, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday, yeah, they inspected it and seen that yeah, the steering rack is quite went to heaven. So we rather just, that guy just mentioned that okay, no, there where we did the alignment at the tire shop is like, you know what, to make life easier, just rather buy the complete steering rack and then you know you sorted, you check, and you don't have to just buy this, buy that, all mix and match stories. So rather have one that's complete and you know it's straightly brand new. So also the hubs, like I said, the hubs, we will be replacing the bearings. Bearings are shot, hubs got damaged in the process while the bearings got shot. So yeah, those are down completely. So I'm gonna show you exactly now is so how the stuff looks like. You can see there, even the tie rod ends are shot. So yeah, luckily with the new one there will be tie rod ends on there, and then the bearings will be here. So you have to remove this whole section. So yeah guys, basic rundown. You're gonna be removing these bolts, and then after removing the bolts, loosening the ball joint under here. Gonna be removing the ball joint, and what else? Yeah, the CV is already loosened, so I'll show you all exactly now as to what all the stuff you will need to remove the stuff we're gonna be replacing. So yeah, stay tuned on it guys. Okay, so yeah guys, so what we're gonna be loosening now is basically our end nut. Yeah, I'm loosening this nut, these two bolts. Take it out. The CV is already loose. It is a 30 socket, so a 30 mil socket, that's what I used, a 30 mil socket to pop the CV nut. So normally when you pop the CV nut, the car should be on the ground so that you can have, you know, more leverage, or the car has less movement. Because if you do it while it's on jack stands, you could end up having to pop the nut and then the car falls off the jack stands, or when it's on a jack. So rather do it when the car is still on the ground. Pop it, have someone apply the brakes and just pop it. So over here we got a 19 mil to remove the end. I just use my power bar to have, you know, more leverage. Use my power bar, pop it. Easy as pie. Then over here, if I'm not mistaken, it should also be a 17 or a 19 mil, one of the two. 17 mils, 19 is slipping. So these are 17 mils. Okay, so I'm gonna pop it facing the upper direction. Pop that, and then my bottom one all over, I don't know why, but it's a 19, so it's a mixed masala. Pop that, shorten it. So then you'll take your ratchet, of course. Loosen it completely. Push up, guys. So that's loosened. Now we're gonna have to loosen the nut and then hammer this one out. So, but yeah, it's gonna make life easier. So yeah, let me just check. Not sure what size is this. I don't think I have the biggest size spanner I have. It's what, a 19? Actually a 17. There we go. So yeah, loosen the nut. Now just use it here. In a garage. That big one. So guys, so once this end, the tie rod end is short, you don't care whether you break it or not, it has to come out either way. So I'm gonna hammer it out, make my life easier to chop quicker, so that you don't have to still struggle, because like you're gonna reuse it. Yeah, this thing is quite difficult to remove, but anyway, let's just remove the shock so that we can maybe, you know, be able to have play on the shock. I like to give it a tap. Okay, so yeah guys, so after removing the end, so guys, when you remove the end, remove the cover so that you can have the whole hub section out, so that in order for you to be able to hit it with like a 4-pound hammer or something, so you can have better leverage to hitting the reckon out or the tire and whatever to hit this out, because this thing is a bastard to hit it out. But yeah, as you can see, this thing is shot completely. It's done. But anyway, what's more done is the bearings. Yo guys, you know it's bad when the bearings split in half basically. So the half is stuck on the hub, other half is stuck on the hub section which it fastens onto. So I'm not sure what is this called, but yeah, look right there, you can literally see the bearings, they shot completely. So yeah, that has to be pressed out to be pressed into the new bearings. So this is a 400 and 500 hub. We just had it drilled, but we're running on a velo, so I don't think we're gonna be running 500 wheels anytime soon again, even though the car was running on GTI wheels. So yeah, so might re-drill these on sometime in the future, but yeah, it is what it is now. So check here, this is bad. Look here, the whole half of the bearing is stuck here, so this is bad. So in order for us to get this out, it's merely impossible. There is a way, but it's now just unnecessary costs because the hub is slightly damaged due to that. So anyway, so we got that removed, but the bearing press, we won't do it as of today. The guy that's pressing is not available, so we're gonna carry on by getting a steering rack out. So yeah, I think this should be a 19 if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. So if you'll have spanners, let me do this. Hey, what's happening here? Not even, it should be a 20 or a 21. So yeah, but anyways, let's carry on with removing this bad boy. Yeah, this is a mission guys, but yeah, there's ways to get it out. There's two ways: remove the engine. Second way is the struggle way, remove it while the engine is in. So I don't know, let me see there, I don't know if you guys can see that bracket there. Focus, see that bracket? I'm gonna have to remove that bracket, and there's another bracket holding it, also removing it from the steering column section right here. Got to remove it there. But anyways guys, let's prep the new one, and then actually no, still have to remove the other side, but I'll put you on a time lapse for this one. As you'll know, basic rundown: 30mm 19mm nut. This is either 20 or a 21 nut. 17, just the other side at 119. And then first of all, remove the brake caliper first. Don't do like me where I removed it last. Brake caliper, here's the bolt behind here, 14mm bolt. I'll use a 6 Allen key bolt, but 14mm bolt, remove it completely. And then screwdriver, remove this. So once you get the caliper off and the shock loosened, and then you can be able to, oh, and the ball joint, I don't know if you guys can see, let me focus. Ball joint, 17mm socket or a spanner. Get the ball joint out. So firstly, pop the ball joint, pop the caliper, pop the shock, pop the tie rod, pop the nut, and then once everything is off, CV out, take out the whole hub section. And then once you do that, the whole hub section is loose, nothing on it. Turn the hub section so you can able to remove the tie rod off the shaft. Once it's off, take the hammer, hit it out, completely, so you're gonna have to use all your force to hit that out from there. And then from there, guys, we should be done. So I'm gonna put it on the time lapse. So yeah, guys, we got the other side out now. Show you. Other side is out, completely out. So yeah, guys, the only thing that should be still here is the caliper, CV, ball joint. Of course, we're gonna be removing a steering rack, the complete steering rack. We're gonna be removing it. So yeah, I'm gonna remove that, put in a new one, and then I think tomorrow, cause today is Sunday, there's no one that's gonna be able to press for us. Tomorrow is Monday. We'll take it to the guys to press in the new bearings on the new hubs, because this hub, the one with the separate bearing, for me it's just useless to use this hub. Check. So I'd rather have it fresh and new, and you know it's sorted. We'll go re-drill somewhere, I don't know when. But yeah. Anyways, guys, hope you guys are enjoying it so far. So yeah, stay tuned for like stuff. Also, guys, this it has been done here. It also has been done from another guy that my sister used to be my sister's mechanic. So he did them in, whereby he said he put in new bearings, but then the nigga didn't put in new bearings. So yeah, this is what happens when you trust guys from your car seat to F you up, yeah. So yeah, guys, so you should be careful who you'll trust out, sure. But anyways, we not gonna name and shame. That person will be dealt with anyway. So let's carry on with everything else. So the big job is now removing the steering rack. So we're gonna be showing you all. Yo, it's my first time gonna be doing it rubbish. So let's see. Hey. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna be referencing Chappie as to what will be removed. So this is the whole steering rack, right? This is gonna be removed, this whole section. So let me get in here. I'm making it easier for you so that you'll understand as we how to remove it without the engine. We're removing the engine. So here's the one nut. Got to remove this one nut, right? And then there's one underneath there. You have to remove this nut. There's one underneath. This one. And then over here, got to remove this nut. And then here's another nut underneath this, right? And there's two nuts here which you have to remove. So it's 1, 2, which is here at the bottom. From there, inside here, also got to remove this nut, because this shaft goes in onto the steering column, so that it can be a turning radius. So you're going to remove this. So remember, there's a nut behind the two. Yeah, that has to be removed, guys. So this whole section is going to come out of the Red Golf. So it's going to be a hefty one, but we got it. We'll just see how it is. So yeah, this is my reference. So I'm gonna just see how if I can put you all underneath the car. It's gonna be difficult for you all to see, but this is my reference here, so you'll know what to look for underneath the car. I think I'll just put you all on a time lapse to make life easier. I'll just put you all on a time lapse, and then yeah, then we can get it over and done with. And also I'll be giving you all the cost breakdown if you were to do a job like this. So sharp. So yeah, guys, so over here you got to remove the bolt. So please bear in mind, this is what you have to remove when the engine is in. Got to remove this bearing weight, and of course that lever there's a lever there the bearing weight goes into. You got to remove that, and then you'll be sorted. And from there, all those clamps and stuff I showed you, you're gonna have to remove it. That clamp, another clamp, you got to remove it. Then it's gonna come out easy, as well as the spline set on the steering column section. So guys, I'll put you on a time lapse for the rest of this process of removing it. But yeah, I have to, because there's no way I can have you all see underneath. That's merely impossible as we don't have ramps. But anyways, stay tuned on it. So yeah guys, after an hour or so of struggling, we got it out. But what happened was, this bolt kept on turning, so there was no way we could loosen the nut over here. So we had to take it out with the whole shaft. I had to remove there, put it on, but I just put it back so I could be able to have, you know, the gear ratio story, because setting gears on this cars is difficult. I don't know how, so I'm rather keeping it there. You know, I did my mark there. So we got the whole shaft out, and mind you, we never got it out of the holes there. This didn't get it out of there. We pulled it through the engine up here. So it was a struggle, but yeah, we're gonna see how we're gonna fit the new one in. So yeah, it's another struggle, but yeah, stay tuned for the later stuff guys. And also, before I carry on, so the reason why I didn't put you on a time lapse, it was very difficult to be able for you all to see what are we doing. So guys, remember that here's the rubber you're gonna have to remove and put it on there, but I'll show you once I prep the new one. And then all the nuts, every single nut is a 13mm. So there's two that come here as a clamp, 13 nuts. There's another clamp that comes here, 13 nuts. These are 13 nuts, and these are 13 nuts. And yeah, so there's all of it. This whole steering rack is containing of 13-inch nuts, except these ones that are 10, but that you don't need to worry about. But yeah, let's get on with that guys. So yeah, stay tuned for like stuff. So yeah guys, this is now the next day. So basic rundown what we did yesterday. We managed to get the steering rack in. Like I said, it was difficult to show exactly how to do it, especially when the engine is in. So we didn't actually film that part because it's very difficult to show you exactly how to put it in with the engine in. But the way I'll explain to you, hopefully you will understand it. So what I'm gonna be doing, we just open a bonnet. Come on. Yo, I've been damaged, yo. Damn. Let me just sort this out. Okay, so guys, so check yo. Okay, so yeah, basically what we did is, just to recap, we pushed the steering rack through this direction. So basically through this direction to the driver's side. And then once you do that, please guys, let me show you on the old rack. To make life easier, because the easiest way to remove the steering rack is with the engine out, but we don't have time for that. So make a mark with Q-Tex or like spray or something. Make a mark on the spline shaft and on the steering rack itself, because remember the spline shaft turns. So yeah, bear in mind this is the original one. Aftermarkets don't come with this gap guide, right? So you're gonna have to force your bolt of the steering column right into it. So but yeah, so after you make your mark like this, you'll see there on the shaft, you see that black mark. yeah, make your mark, guys. Always bear in mind, make your mark, because otherwise this thing will be one side long, one side short. You check. Then after you made your mark, you pull this shaft, pull it towards you, and then you'll be able to get the shaft right through the hole over there. And then once you're done, you're gonna have to either pull this, shaft back towards you now on the passenger side, so that your marking can match. Where you made your mark, that it could match. Then you know it's equal. There will be an equal turning radius, right? And then yeah, so guys, it is quite difficult to do it with the engine in, but it is what it is. I can just yank on a block and tackle and remove the engine, remove a steering column, put the engine back in without, you know, removing a lot of things, but it's too much time. So I thought, let me see if it would work. It worked after struggling. But anyway, so remember your brackets. There's two brackets. What is this now? Okay. So remember, there's two brackets there. And then of course, I only had to remove the gear lever shaft. The reason being is that one of the bolts was basically seized. The nut was seized on the bolt, so I couldn't remove it at all. No matter if I made it hot, nothing worked. So I just had to do markings on that shaft so that I don't mess up the gear selector, because you know golf is quite difficult when it comes to gears. So I don't know, but yeah, that's it, guys. So now what's gonna be happening is I will be going to the guy in Kasi to press the bearings. Once there, I'm gonna fit everything back together, the hubs, everything back on the road as we go. Bob is your uncle. So also remember, don't forget to fasten. There's a bolt. There's a bolt that connects on the steering rack from the steering column. Remember that it's hidden in the rubber. Connect it on there, please. Don't forget that. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but yeah, that black thing, it's on the spline shaft. Please also don't push this completely down on the splines, because your turning is going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be a time where you're going to turn, and once it meets the middle point, the steering is going to feel like it's, you know, gripping and bumping. So please, because that shaft will touch onto one of the shafts on the steering column, which is going to make your turning very cock. So yeah, but stay tuned for lekker stuff. So yeah, guys, this is me before I get into it. So yeah,
weapons ready.
The drip check 1Z, the overall. Check how dirty is this thing. But anyways, guys, let's go place the bearings now. Okay. What's up, guys? Okay, so I'm on my way now to Estrus to get the bearings pressed by one of the local gents there in Kasi. So yeah, he is a reasonable priced person. I prefer him to do the pressing. Fortunately, we don't have a pressing machine, so yeah, so we have to outsource this one. And yeah, guys, so I'm just gonna go get it pressed, and then I'll film while he's pressing, and of course get back, and yeah, stay tuned for next time. So yeah, guys, if you find yourself working hard like us on cars, get yourself a Red Bull. You'll never go wrong, trust me. So for yourself a Red Bull and just carry on with the work at the end. Refreshing.
Red Bull gives you wings.
So yeah, guys, made it back home. So like I said, the guy who bearing presses, his name is Conrad. It's that uncle in Estras. So if any of you want to hit him up for bearing pressing, he does welding as well, and he does, what else does he do? Yeah, it's welding, it's bearing pressing, and all that. So you'll normally find him in Estras. For those of you that know him, you know him. If you don't know him, you can ask, you can DM us. You know our numbers are in the description. You can send you his number. Actually, I'll put his number. Actually, I should actually check if I still got his number. If you don't see it on the screen, it means I don't have it. If you see it on the screen, of course, it means I have it. But yeah, you'll normally find him Monday to Saturday. You won't find him on a Sunday. So he normally leaves like 5:30. But yeah, enough said. He actually did a quite impressive job. Check it. As you can see there, pressed in well. Of course, now it's just dirty although when we're busy pressing it. You can see there, new hubs. How did I do that? Use the other hub. No plays, no sounds, nothing. So also, guys, there's this hubs. We still got a 500 hubs or a 400 hubs. We might keep it, you know, just as space. But a steering rack, we might sell the steering rack. Or if you are interested, you can DM us if you want that steering rack, the old one. So yeah, well, let's carry on and let's finish the job, guys. So I'm gonna quickly tighten that bolt that goes on the steering column, put on the hubs, put on the tie rod ends, and then good to go. Stay tuned for like stuff. Okay, so yeah, guys. Away! Sharp! I got the bolt on the column. Turned it, everything is wow. So now I'm gonna be fitting everything back. So I'm gonna push all on a time lapse. So yeah, I'm gonna fitting a tire rod in there. So yeah, guys, you already know. You'll watch the start of the video, of course. You'll know what to do. But let me not put you on a time lapse. Let me just quickly run fast through it, so that you know, just to recap your minds, just to know or recap your memories, what we should exactly do. And then on the other wheel, I'll put you on a time lapse. So yeah, sharp. Okay, so yeah, guys, let me just quickly sort out. Where's my other glove? Oh, come on. I lost my other glove. Oh no. Let me just pause real quick. Okay, found it. Love. Okay, so step one. What we're gonna do is, let's see if we can just put the hub back. Place this over there. And we take one hub. Okay, this is the left side, passenger side. Okay, we also get a difference. The tie rod end, this should be on the left. This should be on the top for the shock. So this is the driver side. So what we're gonna be doing is, let's place it in here first. Place the CV in. Goes in right in smooth, and you place the CV, place it over the ball joint. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, get a ball joint in, sorted. Come on, man. Why is CV not coming in? There we go. CV is through. Next step, for better securement so that we don't hurt the brake hose. Oh, first I gotta do is just put on those clamps. So I'm gonna show you exactly what clamps, but I gotta push that through. I'm quickly gonna pause real quick. So yeah. Okay guys, reason why I paused, y'all, looking for these new ones, the new anti-rattle clips. So majority of the time when your car or when you drive over bumps, you're hearing like a clicking or rattling sound. It's normally sometimes the calipers that the clips is gone, so you just have to replace those ones. But I should replace them once the caliper is on, so I'm gonna loosen the back side of the caliper. So basically now all the parts is here. I'll be showing on how to put these ones on also. So first things first, let's get the bolts in of the shocks. These are, remember the funky looking bolt for golf. It's to set like normally your alignment. Okay, got that in. Remember that funky looking bolt always goes on the top, guys. Don't forget that. And then of course the normal one goes at the bottom. Sharp. Got you at a better angle. So you're gonna take this in arrow, then you're gonna fasten it onto your end piece here. So clockwise. Fasten it in the clockwise direction, babe. Remove the nut. Fasten it until you get a line here. So see here. Take a test. Align it to the screw. I'm gonna put it in that same hole that's on the hub. I'm gonna put the screw in there so you can keep the positioning of the holes, so that this doesn't play around. Get that? You take your key screw set. I don't know what's the size on here, but yeah, whichever one fits. In like a machine. Got it. Okay, it's on. And then we take caliper. Sorted. So it's actually a 14 mil socket. Get a 14 mil. 14 mil socket, your ratchet, whatever you have. CV knot. Got that. Just one more thing I'm looking for here. I don't know if it got misplaced or. yeah guys, I got a car on the floor. So basically I fastened up everything, got a car on the floor. So now once the car is on the floor, take your 13 socket, your 13 mil to torque up the CV. Let me just take off my power bar. Yeah, let me just put you on the tripod. So yeah, I'm gonna take this. Where's my extension? Take your extension, and then yeah, I'm gonna just torque it. Done and dusted. So what you do here, you do on the other side, okay? Done. I'm gonna take this, fasten up. So yeah guys, I actually finished up. So I put on the wheel, fastened them, and yeah, so far I'm actually on the test drive now. You can see so far everything is doing well. It's just the calipers are still rattling, which I thought the entry rattling clips would have been actually sorted out the rattling issue when I'm driving on bumpy roads and all that. But yeah, it still rattles. But when you apply the brakes, the rattles stop. Maybe I should change the brake pads, you know, maybe they need more life on them so that the calipers can grab onto it. I meant. But yeah, anyways, so yeah guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share this video, and you gotta stay tuned for the lekker stuff. On to the next one. So yeah guys, this is the cost breakdown. Well, I don't have the exact breakdown, but I'm giving you the sum up of the total amount. So 2 hubs, so left drive passenger side and driver side hub, and then bearings, passenger side and driver side bearing, and steering rack ends, passenger and driver side, as well as the complete steering rack. I'm gonna give you all the roundup amount, which is 2,000 rand. It's 1.9 something. Apologies, I don't have the exact breakdown. Reason being is that the slip got lost, or the receipt got lost, so I don't know where it is, but anyways. And on additional of the 2,000 rand to press the bearings cost me around 250. The initial price was 300, but Conrad gave me a 50 rand discount, which is very nice of him because I normally get a lot of jobs done through him, especially with welding and bearing pressing. So yeah guys, so 2,250 was my total cost. So yeah guys, yeah, so stay tuned on the next one.